careful things. Okay, go ahead. Did you start it? Okay, so this is the oven. This is a starter valve. It's on top of the oven. I'm going to close this. And then I'm going to open this side valve right here, the oven damper. Don't want to push it, just push it a little bit. And then I'll open this valve a little bit and let the fire start coming through here. Just a little bit. And you'll see the smoke start to creep out a little bit. This thing you really want, you don't want to open it a lot. Just a little bit, just so let the smoke start curing inside the oven. So I got the briskets. I got 6 briskets in this oven. It's a bigger oven. It's got a roasting pan on the side. So what I did was I preheat these briskets overnight, or I cooked them for 4 hours. 4 hours at a good temperature of about right under 200 degrees, and it just kind of softens up the meat and gets it ready, because you can do it with the smoker, but it takes about 12 hours, and I didn't want to start smoking that early this morning. Plus I like to use the juice to make barbecue sauce with. Okay. It helps if you have a really nice flat counter to work on, and I got this island in the kitchen here, so I'll be using this to prepare the meat. And what I do is I usually put foil down and get everything ready. Jesse's helping me today. Say hi, Jesse.
Hello.
And we're doing this charity as like I said, for Water for People, so I thought it would be a good time, and I got a little bit more time because it's later in the evening, not like right at 12. Those 12 o'clock in the afternoon barbecues, man, you got to start early in the morning. Okay, out for now. Red light comes up?
Yeah, it's a number. Alright, ready?
Okay. Now, normally I cook the beef short ribs, the big ones with the brisket end, okay? But something's going on in town here that they just didn't have anything available. So I made a brisket rub, and if you're ready, I'll give you the recipe real quick. It's 1 part pepper. I like to use the big whole grain. 1 part pepper, 1 part garlic powder, 1 part paprika, and then 1/4 part salt. That's if you use too much salt, and you can add a little bit of salt later. Then I take a mason jar after I mix it all up, and I put big holes in the top of it, and then you just start sprinkling it on your meat. And we got 16 racks of ribs, no, 15 racks of ribs here that we're going to cook. And these things get done pretty quickly, so I'm going to put these on the bottom rack. When I say quickly, you want to cook them really slow for about 4 hours. So hopefully everything will be done in 4 hours. The chickens are going to be what the deciding factor is. Okay, so you see I make this brisket rub, and as it goes on, the meat will start to turn red from the paprika, but it actually doesn't turn red until it mixes with the meat. So I'll just give you a little side note. Sometimes if you only fill the jar up to about right here, it comes out easier for some reason, because it's got more energy when it hits the bottom. And then just keep refilling it. So if you see here, a lot of times when I cook for my family, or when my little brother Joe likes to do this, he likes to take off this membrane. It's at the bottom of the ribs. I don't like to take it off, especially when I cook for a lot of people. It takes a lot of time. It helps hold the meat together, and I like to eat it. It's a little crunchy when you bite down into it after it's made. So I'm gonna let Jesse shake that side. We go ahead and turn this thing off, I guess, or well, I should show you something else before I forget. When you put this rub down, I like to bang down in it and try and get it into the meat. And I like to let it sit a little bit, so if you've got some extra time and there's no flies around, you can let this sit. You can do this the night before and let it sit in big garbage bags, and then the meat really has a good flavor. Or you can just do it right before you throw it on the grill. Either way, it doesn't matter. All right? Okay, you can turn it on. Okay, Jesse's he's putting all these ribs away. We have 15 ribs, and we're going to put chickens. I think we got that box that he's putting them in was the chicken box. We lined it with foil, and you can see we're getting this stuff together now so that we can make room, do the chickens. We got the brisket in the oven. We got this little pad that we're working on, so I'll take and dust it off here, and then we'll start putting the chickens down there, and then we'll get them ready. We don't split them or cut them or anything. We just put them on whole to the grill. And the chicken is a deciding factor. And what I'll do is I'll take and put a thermometer in one of the chickens, and when the chicken reaches 155 degrees, I'll pull them off, wrap them in foil, and then get them ready to take to the party. I'll wrap each one individually with foil, and by the time we get there, the chicken's just perfect. It's still really juicy and stuff. Okay. Okay, so here you see we have a plethora of meat products here. We've got this bag of chicken from Costco. The chicken's always kind of messy, so you gotta kind of be careful how you do it. But if you look, there's a little layer of chicken blood that gets in the bottom of this thing. So you don't want, hang on. You don't want to let that chicken blood drip all over the place. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk over here, and I'm going to show you what we do here is we take the chickens out one at a time. I don't know if they have the insides in them, so we'll check. They don't. So just take them. We'll start setting them out like this, and then get them ready to have the spices put on them, and then we'll take the blood and pour it down the sink in the bag. So if you don't tear the bag and you cut it open like this, then you don't have a problem getting rid of the blood, and that's important when you're dealing with chicken. You always want to do the chicken last because you don't want salmonella all over everything. This chicken should not have any salmonella on it at all. In fact, a lot of that, here, let the blood drip out like that. You can see it kind of drains out, and some of these later chickens have a little bit of blood on them, but it's okay. We're going to cut the fat off the breasts, and all this meat is fresh. We got it the night before. I came home, arranged it. I have a second refrigerator. I get it cold. I turn up my cooler a little bit, and then these chickens come a little bit frozen, so by the next day they're just perfect. So you can see here's the chicken blood. I'm going to get it and throw it down the drain. You can go ahead and turn it off.